Hello, good afternoon everybody. Thank you for coming along to have a look at what I've been making. This is actually the third of the beach journals that I've been creating. This one is based on mermaids, and so for this one I've used Arty Mowena the Mermaid and Mrs Cogs Mermaids. So you'll see those pages as we go through. This one's a hardcover journal. It measures approximately 5.5 widthways and 7.5 tall, and there's approximately, I think I counted 112 pages in 2 signatures. The fabric that I've covered this with, I don't know if you can see, it's a bit dull here today, but it has kind of different shades of blue, and they're kind of in waves, so to me that's what they look like. They look like waves. The image on the front is one of my favourite ones from Mrs Cogs. It's an image there of a sailor, and he's found himself a mermaid, and it looks to me as if he's punching the air with joy that he's found his perfect friend there, his little mermaid. Vintage buttons along here, and a little vintage trim, crochet trim, and some doily. And just a little tab there with some of the fabrics that I've used through the journal, and that obviously clips off. The binding that I've used is kind of a stretchy lace in a royal blue. And the signatures, as I say, there are 2 signatures in this, and they've got fabric tabs all the way down, and there's some different trim there at the top. So if we have a look inside this one. So here on the inside, I've used Arty Maze's backing page image there, and printed it out on cardstock just to cover that, and it's got a crochet trim pocket there. This book page with a fold down it to make a pocket, and one of the images there from Mrs Cogs' mermaid kit. I think these papers may be from Antique Papery, but the sea theme I just thought went all the way through. And it was actually this page from, again, I think it's Antique Papery, that I wanted to do a mermaid theme, because Meet Me by the Sea just sounded to me like you wanted to find a mermaid if you went down to the sea. A flip there with a couple of tuck spots. Some journaling cards in. That lovely image there. And the paper, it looks a bit like mermaid tail, fish scales. And then an image there on a journaling card of a crab. There's lots of sea themes in this one. And there it says, dive deep for the treasures that you seek. Some stamping there. This is one of the pages from Arty Maze. I love the colours in this page. And this is I've made a large journaling card with some paper on the back, so there's lots of room to journal. And then on the opposite side of that is a window envelope that I've altered, put some paper around it, collaged it, and then there's a card on the inside and a fabric tab on there. Book page there with sea related, some crabs on it. And again, another tuck spot there with an image there of a mermaid on. Belly band here, and I hope you can see the ribbon. There's some ribbon and sequins, and it's kind of shiny, so it reminded me of the mermaid's tail. And it says, the ocean's roar is music to the soul. And again, some more journaling paper there. Vellum that I've sprayed in different blues and some orange, so it looks like the sea. Arty Maze page there. This is an envelope. There's nothing actually in that envelope because it was getting really rather chunky on its own. But again, there's some lace glued onto that, so you can put something in there. And then the charm on that There's a little seashell. Again, another book page. Little fabric tuck spot there. And it says, the sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever. And again, some more journaling space and some more sprayed papers there. Again, one of Arty May's pages there. Centre of the first signature, it's a napkin that's been decoupaged onto a book page. So there's a seahorse one side with some coral, and then on the other side 3 starfish, and then there's a journaling space in there. And a little tab on it to pull it out. And that says, the voice of the sea speaks to the soul. And a library card here. This, you could stick this onto the page if you wanted to, but I wanted to give as much space in it to journal as possible. So there's a little pocket just there with a little puffer fish. He looks a bit startled, doesn't he? A little mermaid there, and again with that shiny ribbon on it. And some journaling space on the back. And that one's a little starfish. Whale, some more book page there. Pocket here made from one of the book pages, and with a image from Mrs Cogs on there, and again some extra journaling space. Some vellum that I've sprayed with different blues, greens and yellows. This is the end of an envelope that I've cut off, a large envelope. So I've made it into a double tuck spot. So there's a lovely image there with the mermaid and some seashells. So there are two tuck spots just there. Again, another journaling card. It's quite a dull day here in the UK. It's been raining most of the day, so I hope it's light enough to see. Image there, the book page again. Sorry, somebody's walking past. I hope you can still hear. This is my take on Tracy Fox's and Wendy's Journal Adventures, how they've made different envelope thingies out of envelopes. I didn't have envelopes, so I've used book pages. So there's a book page there with some collaging on. Loved that image of the crab. That was why I had to use this book page. A large journaling tag just there. And there's also a journaling card there at the back. In the back of that book page there's a lovely little crab. I did think about sticking something on here, putting a pocket on, but I just couldn't bring myself to cover that little crab up. So there is room for you to journal or to stick something on there if you wanted to, but I didn't have the heart to cover that little crab up. Again, some of these pages have been sprayed to give them kind of a pale blue. Another of Arty May's pages there. I think it's Mowena the mermaid, this one. It says there, who says that my dreams have to stay just my dreams? This is one of the Tim Holtz die cuts. So they all fit in there. Just the little tickets from Arty May's. There's a little fish and not a steering wheel from a ship. The wheel of the ship. They just fit in there. Oh, don't go upside down. There's just a little circle tab on there, and then that opens out to give lots more journaling space. So that opens out and flaps up to give you lots of space. And then in the back there's another journaling card. That's just some wool that I've got that's got the little shine in it. Shiny wool. Again, another image from Mrs Cogs. I think that's another of my favourites. I love that one. Another tuck spot just there and there. And then this time I've made, this is a little pocket with a journaling card in. And then again, Another journaling card that goes behind. That just tucks all the way through. And that says, meet me where the sky touches the sea. This is one of Arty Mazur's pages, and that is the image on the page, but I printed it twice and cut it out and made it into a pocket to go over the original image. So I think, do you call it a ghost pocket? I'm not sure. Somebody will tell me if I'm wrong. That's just got a journaling card tucked in. To me, it just looked like a pocket when it was on the page, so you can kind of see where it's attached down there, look. Another large journaling card just there with a whale, some more paper, and then on the back again one of the altered envelopes with a journaling card on. Oops. Another of the book pages there. Another journaling card. And then another of the belly bands there with the shiny ribbon on. And some sequins, and some vintage buttons on there. Some more journaling space. I love that image. Looks a nice sea to swim in. And it says, we dream in colours borrowed from the sea. Some more vellum that's been sprayed. Does make a nice noise, that, doesn't it? Another of the altered envelopes, again with that image from the front and a little anchor on that one. And some navy blue lace on the back of that. Another tuck spot. And that card says, there's a million fish in the sea, but I am a mermaid. They're not, the seahorses. Lovely little sea child there. Mer child, sea child. In the middle again, one of the napkin pockets that's been decoupaged onto a book page. So it's the opposite way round because it's the other side of the napkin. And again, just a little tuck spot just there. And this again isn't stuck in. If you wanted it to be, you could stick it in if you wanted to. But it's got seahorses on both sides. And then in the middle, some papers there. There's a little bit there, a vintage book page. It's from the 1800s actually, and it's talking about ships. So I just thought that was quite relevant. And that one's got a little dolphin on. Little dolphin. The tuck spot just there. Lots of space in this one. Another of the book pages, another crab. And again, one of the book pages that I've made into a pocket and put a large card with some extra journaling space. Love that image. Little poem there about mer children, and some more of the vellum, some paper, sprayed paper, and again one of the ends of the envelope that I've made into a double tuck. So that one's got a little mermaid on it, and then I love the images, the expression on that fish's face. It says sea life. So again, it's a double tuck there. Again, one of the envelope thingies that's not an envelope. It's got a little mermaid there. It looks like she's been washed up onto the background of that page. And again, a little tag on there. Another nice image. And in the back there's a journaling card. And then inside, another long tag there. And that says, I love the rain because I'm a mermaid who lives far from the sea. This is a book page from the same book that I've used throughout, and it had a sonnet in it about the sea. And I didn't want to tear it or lose part of it, so I flipped it under. And then on the back there's some journaling space. I put some paper on it, and then there's a tuck spot there with a journaling card in. So I just wanted to keep that. And then in the back here again, another crochet pocket, and a journaling card, and a long tag there with the seashells on. So that's my beach themed, mermaid themed journal, the third one. I do hope that you like it. I really enjoyed making this one. And I'd like to thank you very much for coming to take a look. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye.